Trump deserves credit for this, doesn't he, Michael? Trump deserves credit for this.
He does deserve credit for putting this plan together, but, look, the one thing that would stop this war right now is if President Trump really pressured Benjamin Netanyahu. President Trump is really the only one who could end this unilaterally, and he's choosing not to do that. That said, the fact that these sides, the three sides, the Israel, Hamas, and the United States, are getting together in Egypt starting tomorrow, it's a sign that there is finally enough enormous international pressure on all of them to bring this grinding war to a halt. But as I say, if we get the hostages back and the worst of the fighting stops, look, that's a win. But Hamas, while it accepts this plan, it hasn't committed to disbanding or disarming. Now, its command leadership has been absolutely decimated. Well, let's wait and see, because its command leadership has been completely decimated, yet it still maintains military capabilities and it can still regenerate its leadership and its fighting capability. That said, there are moderates within the movement who are very open, we're told, to disarmament. And there's even reports that the military leadership would agree to disarm if appropriate terms are found. One of the sticking points, though, is the disbandment of Hamas. What does that really mean? Okay, you can stop calling yourself Hamas, but you can continue as an organization politically. And one of the stipulations of the Israelis is that Hamas plays no future role in any kind of transitional or permanent governing authority in Gaza. Yet, under President Trump's own plan, there's a loophole that would allow Hamas to play a governing role, in that what the plan says that if anyone lays down their arms now, they can be granted a full amnesty. So that may allow the possibility for them to re-enter politics and potentially take up positions in the transitional committee to rule Gaza that is being suggested, and which would be overseen by an international authority. At the same time, President Netanyahu has not agreed to one of the key tenets that would help bring a peace, which is the full withdrawal of Israeli forces. He's agreed, under intense pressure just over the last few days from President Trump, to at least cease the major offensive in Gaza City, to dial back the bombing. He hasn't stopped it, but he's dialed it back, and that he will hold his forces at the yellow line, which is a reference to their positions back in August. But he still wants to maintain a presence in Gaza and certainly buffer zones around it. So he may be as intransigent as Hamas hardliners could be, because Netanyahu's own hardliners mightn't like any of this.
That's
but
true.
Look, let's stay on the positive.
Yeah,
we get the hostages. If the fighting stops, call that a win, and let's sort all the rest out later.
Okay. We will leave it there. Michael, good to see you, though.